How are you guys? Natsu Dragneel here from server 1065, ready to show you a little assessment of our current server and currently how we're doing compared to the other fellowships. So what I have above me here today is a little graph showing the top 50 in power production within each fellowship. So Legion here is obviously the strongest fellowship, has 822,000 power production compared to our 686,000. Then we have FRGT behind us with 492,000 power production, and WAOR is not so far behind. All right, so what does this show us? This shows us that the top 50 in power production from Legion are accumulating power production of 367,000, which is 45% of their total fellowship power production. Here we have 12 IRCO, that's us, with top 50 player base is accumulating 240,000 power production. So our top 12 players that are within the top 50 of the whole server are accumulating 240,000 power production. That's 35% of our total power production of the fellowship. What this tells us is that, and obviously then if we go on, FRGT has really similar stats to us, with 35% of their top 50 are 9 members, which are accumulating 174,000, which is 35% of their total power production. So what that tells us is they are potentially really similar to us. Just a disclaimer before I go on, this would have been a lot more accurate if I did the top 100, but yeah, I just didn't have the time to do top 100, so I did top 50. So based on the top 50 and based on this graph, this is the information that we have. So WAOR actually have even less. So 4 players within the top 50 accumulating 76,000 power production, which is 17% of their total fellowship power production, which is actually really good, which means they have the potential to be a lot larger, knowing that their fellowship as well has quite a few members. So that means that they really have to push their new members to perform better. Same with Lord and same with Rise. FRGT, IRCO and Legion obviously have a few more veterans, which is why they have more players within the top 50. But this does show that, for example, if the top 12 of Legion, so if we took out four of the lowest ranking players from Legion and we just had 12 like IRCO, which is us, they would still be stronger than us, because their the total fellowship production that they are producing from the top players is 45% compared to our 35%, which shows either more veterans or more whales, either way you want to have a look at it. Looking at this, it would be difficult. For example, if we were to go to war with Legion one-on-one, it would be really difficult to defeat them. I mean, again, this is just looking based on the data that we're looking at, top 15 power production. Like I said, I probably should have done top 100. FRGT would have a much better chance, for example, going up against us than for us to go up against Legion, for example. All right, so next will be really interesting to see how we're actually doing in real time and to see the current situation. All right, so this is the current situation. So the first graph that I showed, that was based on 10 days into the server. Now we're 11 days into the server. So I am lagging behind, let's say, around 15 hours or so. So on the graph previously shown, Legion was in front of us by 100 and over 100. It was 140,000, I think, roughly 130,000. The gap is closing down slowly. So 843,000 compared to our 730,000, so roughly 110,000 gap, which is, I mean, great for us. I can't believe that. I mean, we must have been really busy the last 12 hours or so, because we have narrowed that gap down. And yeah, that's actually really interesting. I didn't expect that. Great work, guys. All right, so let's have a look at the map at the moment. So the map at the moment, in blue here, this is IRCO, which is us, and we're slowly taking mostly level 25 keeps, and then we'll move on to stronger keeps later. Legion didn't really have they didn't really have too many options here, so they had to go for level 30 keeps. There's not many level 25 keeps that they can take on. And then we have FRGT here as well, which is narrowing down on the west for some reason. I guess we'll find out what the reason is. But the west looks really busy compared to the east. As we can see here, the east is just us here in the north taking keeps. There are others obviously taking keeps, so Lord is busy here, Rise is busy here, and then we have, yep, so WAOR is pretty busy south. They just haven't established a kingdom yet, so it doesn't reflect with the colors like it does to us. I think that somebody will develop a kingdom. I think that it was Rise that I saw that was trying to develop a kingdom. So once they do develop a kingdom, so we'll look at the personal production now. See, that's all Legion, all these green guys. You can see, I mean, these are veterans and probably, I mean, I guess we can't call them whales in season 1, but these are dolphins for sure. And we can see there's mostly them in the top 50, so they are really powerful. Again, great work to our guys. I have to congratulate you for narrowing down that gap and staying busy. Yeah, so this video was pretty much about assessing whether you can go to war with someone, for example, and to assess your power as a fellowship. Obviously, in this game, not everything is about power. You need to have those pathers, tile flippers, because that really dictates the game, probably even more than dolphins and whales. So I'm always for that. Activity over power, over whales, over dolphins. Activity is the #1 key to success in this game. But again, if we had to look at statistics and the numbers do show that Legion is the force on this server. Even though I mean, today the situation, it hasn't really changed a whole lot, but we have narrowed down that gap, which is exciting for us. All right, so that's all for today. Like and subscribe, and then the next video will show some more tips and tricks and how to farm up your commanders, and yeah, I'll start answering some questions and showing some more tips and tricks and advice based on questions that I've gotten on this server and questions that I've received from other servers as well. Thanks a lot, guys.